Well, welcome back everybody. Hopefully you can hear me with AC running in the background. So I just got home from work. It's late afternoon and just drove through a pile of rain. I got up this morning about 5:30 a.m., started heading into work, drove through a pile of rain. It's rained throughout the day. It rained the whole way home. It's about as hard as I can remember seeing rain, just having to drive extremely slow. And as you can see behind me, well, maybe you can't see, there's a little bit more rain. I don't know if we're gonna get it or not, but there's a lot of it on the radar. So this is gonna be one of those all over the place episodes. They typically don't get a lot of views, but I usually get a lot of comments of people saying, hey, we like these. So I'm gonna do a little bit of everything today. I've got a lot of late meetings scheduled at work the next few days, some outages at the mill, so I won't have time at all to do much videos. So I better knock a few chores out today. One thing I'm gonna do is plant some corn in one of my raised beds here. Why, you ask? Here it is going in fall. Well, why not? You can read online and everybody can tell you, oh, it won't grow, it won't do this. I did this last year and I always keep notes. I planted some things that were summertime crops. The majority of them did not make it. Everybody was telling me, oh no, it won't. We actually had zucchini and a few other crops grow late into the fall last year that I planted for a second rotation after people said it just won't work. I truly believe in reading online and studying and listening to people that's been there, but nothing is as good of a teacher as just figuring it out yourself. So while I've got the seed, it's free. It's leftover seed that I had from the summer. I've got the garden space. It doesn't cost me nothing to plant this. I might get a few ears of corn, I might not. It's still probably 3 months before we get a frost at the earliest, and you never know with our summers here in Florida. It could be hot well into January. I've seen it like that. So what have I got to lose? Plant a little bit of corn. We'll probably go out and check some game camera cards. If I got some pictures, I'll include that on the video. We'll see what else we get into. Might cut a little bit of okra here behind you and just kind of do a little quick update on everything. Thanks for watching. Lord knows we could always use more corn. We love sweet corn. Well, I love sweet corn. All right, so there we have it. Like I said, it doesn't hurt to try, it doesn't hurt to experiment. And that's because I have extra garden space. Now, if I were in an area that I just knew this wouldn't work, I wouldn't try it. But this is Florida, and you just never know. We could have frost here in a couple months, or it could be hot the rest of winter. It's just the way it goes. So we could wind up with the hottest winter on record, and why not? I put this in there, and it may grow just fine. Now, if I didn't have a bunch of extra garden space, no, I wouldn't be experimenting doing this, but it's just something I love to do. You just never know. Like I said, last year I tried this, and I wound up growing summer crops well into the fall and winter that everybody said would not grow. So, just never know till you try. Still amazes me how well this okra's putting on. By the time you watch this, it'll be September, but it's right here, one of the last day or two of August. So I'm cutting a bunch of them this shorter size. Our freezer's already full of all that we want to saute and cook down the road, but this is the perfect size I find for doing pickled okra. We're probably 40 cans in there now because we've ate quite a few, but I think we've pickled close to 50 already. And we're just going to keep going as long as this keeps producing. We love it so much. We've been giving it to friends, family, so why not? All these overcast and rainy days has just been making this stuff explode. It's been putting on a lot more flowers, so as long as it keeps doing it, we're going to keep cutting it. All right, so I've waited for a couple of hot days, and oh Lord, is it hot. It's supposed to be like 97 degrees tomorrow. Insane. We had a couple week stretch there where it rained almost every single day. That's why I couldn't do what I'm about to do. And it had things cooled off a little, but the heat is back. So everything is nice and dry from these 95+ degree days. And I bought out my propane weed burner. I've talked about this in several episodes and I've showed it off before. But this is how I kill off a lot of weeds without putting out herbicides everywhere. Now what I'm gonna do is come in here today, while everything's nice and dry, and kill off a couple of green spots that I have left that I missed, and burn off everything else that's dead. I want to get a nice clean dirt bed. I'll continue to work on this going into the fall. I've got a couple big chipping projects. Once I start chipping a bunch of chips, I'll haul them in here and start layering this and make it look really nice for springtime. So if you're interested in anything like this, like I said in the last video, several of y'all have bought them. Amazon links down in the bottom where I list everything that I use on the channel, at least everything that Amazon carries. But this is a really neat attachment for starting fires, starting charcoal, brush fires, weeding, everything. And I mainly use it for weeding. Well, now that I've got everything killed off in the garden, like I said, here in just a couple of months, or maybe a month or so, we'll start laying in some wood chips, and that's going to kind of be my focus for the rest of this fall going into spring. I want to get this looking good. I'm going to do my best to stay on top of this now, which will be even easier as we go into fall and winter. Be less weeds, less grass, but I got to stay on top of it, keeping it killed off until I can really get it smothered out with a bunch of mulch. So thank y'all so much for watching. Like I said, this is kind of an all over the place episode. Actually, I started this about 2 days ago and just got a chance to finish it today because I was working 14, 15-hour days at the mill. So by the time I got home, it's dark, can't record, couldn't finish editing this. I'll catch y'all in the next video. We'll do something a little more exciting. Thanks for watching.